Alright, so this video is all about solving linear equations algebraically, as well as how to distribute if there's distribution in the equation. Okay, so that's what we're going to do this time. So let's take a look at an equation that has two variables that are the same variable but on different sides. So let's say you have 5x plus 7 equal to 2x plus 3. So you have variables on both sides. So you have a choice. You can move any one of these terms. You can move the 3, the 2x, the 7, or the 5x. You decide which one you want to move first. So let's say I'm going to move the 2x. So this is a plus, and so the opposite of adding 2x would be to minus 2x, and then you minus 2x. So I line it up under the variables because you wouldn't add 2x to the 7 because it's not a like term. It doesn't have an x with it. Okay, and so now I go ahead and add them up. So this 5x minus 2x is 3x, and then I didn't do anything with the 7, and then this is 0, and then I have 3. Now that I move the 2x to the other side, to the left, I'm going to move all the numbers to the right. So I'm going to have to go after the 7 now. And since it says plus 7, I would minus 7 to both sides. And so now you get 3x equal to negative 4. And then the last step is to take care of this multiplication. And so the opposite undoing of that is to divide by 3. Divide by 3. So you end up with x equal to negative 4/3. And let's say you want to make sure you have this done correctly because you got a fraction and you're expecting a whole number. So we'll do the check. So the check would be to take your answer and put it back into the original equation to see if the left side and the right side have the same number. So we take 5 times negative 4/3 plus 7 equal to 2 times negative 4/3 plus 3. And so to multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators and denominators, you get minus 20 over 3. And 7 in terms of thirds would be 21/3 because we would multiply top and bottom by 3, right? So that would give me 21/3. And then this is 2 over 1, so that's negative 8 over 3. And the same thing goes for this. 3, you know how many thirds that is? Well, you're going to multiply it by top and bottom by 3. And so now you get 9/3. And so now negative 20 plus 21 is 1/3. And negative 8 plus 9 over 3 is 1/3. So I get the same number on both sides, which means my check is correct. And this is how you do almost all these kinds of problems. You're always doing the undoing using the order of operations that I talked about before, and you want to do the check to kind of encourage yourself that, hey, I am doing everything correctly, because the check tells me that my answer is correct. So now let's do another problem with distribution. Okay, so distribution is another problem setup. We don't see that too often, and so here we go. Is 4 times x minus 3. So x minus 3, and then that's plus x equal to 0. So we have to solve this, but distribution is, if you see it, you always have to do it first. So you're going to multiply the 4 times the x and multiply it by the negative 3. So that's just 4 times x plus 4 times negative 3 plus x equal to 0. And so you have 4x, and multiply this gives me negative 12 plus x equal to 0. Because a positive times a negative is always negative. And then we see that we have like terms. So the 4x and the x can be added. So that gives me 5x minus 12 equal to 0. So now I need to still solve this for x, so I want to get all the numbers to the right since I've already got my variable on the left. So the opposite, or undoing negative 12, is to add 12 to both sides. Okay, and so yeah, you get 5x equal to 12. And then to get rid of the multiplication, you undo it by doing its reciprocal, right? So 1/5, and divide by 5. So that gives you x equal to 12 fifths. And now again, you're not sure if you did this right, so you might want to do the check. So 4 times 12 fifths minus 3 plus the 12 fifths equal to 0. So you want to multiply. I might just put these together first. That might make things easier. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 over 5. And so I'm going to get 4 times 12 minus 15 over 5 plus 12 over 5 equal to 0. And 12 minus 15 is negative 3. So that's 4 times negative 3 over 5. And that's plus 12 over 5 equal to 0. And then this is 4 over 1, so if I multiply numerator, I get negative 12 fifths plus 12 fifths equal to 0. And these cancel together to give me 0 equals 0. So, yep, my answer is correct. And this is how you do distribution problems that are in linear equations.